My name is Phil Dickens. I'm a representative of the PCS union and I'm also a civil servant based in Bootle. I just want to take a couple of minutes of your time to talk about the union's upcoming strike ballot. What's it about? Why is it important? And most importantly, what can you do to help us win it? PCS members have suffered the public sector pay cap for the better part of a decade now. This year, the Cabinet Office is still only offering 1%. That's why our annual delegate conference voted overwhelmingly to support a statutory ballot for strike action. That ballot is now set to run from 18th of June to 23rd of July, and it's absolutely vital that we win it. I've been an AO since I joined my department in 2008, so I know firsthand how bad the pay situation is now. Not only that, but I hear it from other members of my team and around me where I work all the time. If your situation's even remotely similar to mine, then you'll have seen the same. The case for a fully funded, above inflation pay rise at this point is blindingly obvious. Despite this, and the government telling us that the 1% pay cap is gone, the Cabinet Office has only budgeted 1% for our pay rise. That's the reason we need to deliver this ballot. Last year, the union's consultative ballot confirmed that members overwhelmingly support PCS's demands on pay. A significant majority said they were prepared to take action to achieve those demands. That, and the fact that we were debating the statutory ballot at conference, brought the Cabinet Office to the table. After years of insisting that pay was a matter for departments, who in turn said they had their hands tied by the Cabinet Office, they now want to talk to us. Of course, that doesn't mean that we've got what we want. How far we get in those talks depends on whether or not we have leverage, and what better leverage than an overwhelming mandate for industrial action. So here's the challenge. The Trade Union Act of 2016 means that before anything else, we need to get a 50% turnout. If less than half of those who get ballot papers vote, even if a majority vote for strike action, even if most of those who don't vote would take part in the strike action, it counts for nothing. Not voting is the same as voting no. We need to get at least a 50% turnout, but let's not settle for that. Let's aim much higher. And it's not just the turnout that matters. Yeah, we want the turnouts, but we also want the results. There's one question on this ballot. Are you prepared to take part in strike action? The task now is to convince our friends and our colleagues that there's only one answer to that question. Yes. It's up to all of us to turn out the vote and to get the result that we need. So, here's 5 things we can all do to help win this ballot. Number 1. Make sure your details are up to date. The first hurdle the union faces is ensuring all members get ballot papers. It's a postal ballot, so your address needs to be correct on PCS's records. If it's not, fill in the online form and get it sorted. Number 2. Once the ballot opens, vote. Sounds obvious, doesn't it? But it's far too easy to leave the letter somewhere, intending to come back to it. Forget about it altogether. When the ballot paper hits your doormat, make sure that you vote straight away. 3. Remind your colleagues to vote. PCS members are going to be positively bombarded with messages about the ballot, both online and at work. But as useful as social media, leaflets and the like can be, they're nothing compared to someone on your own team having a chat with you to remind you and encourage you to take part. 4. If your colleagues aren't in the union, sign them up. It takes a couple of minutes to complete the online form, or your local rep can give you a paper form. Either way, just like the positive ballot result, a surge in membership gives us much more leverage. Together, we're so much stronger than we are on our own. And finally, 5. Get more involved with the union. So I've just listed off the ways that you can help the ballot without hardly lifting a finger. But there's much more work to be done behind the scenes, such as distributing leaflets at the doors of the office, convening meetings where you can get members together to talk about the pay campaign. All of that is done by PCS reps and advocates, people who work in the office alongside you and give up their own time to fight for things to be better. That fight's so much easier if there were more of us doing it. So if you're not already active, then speak to your branch about becoming a rep or becoming an advocate. It can be hard work, but it is worth it. One last thing. We've had this pay cap for the better part of a decade now. It's easy to imagine there's nothing we can do about it. But we shouldn't let despair take hold. The government is in the most precarious position it's been in since 2010. Workers across the country are striking for better pay, and even in the most precarious jobs, such as McDonald's workers, they're making gains. To end on my favourite Bob Crow quote, if we all spit together, we can drown the bastards.